We're around a month into the Switch 2's life cycle, and since then, we've had only one new release on the GameCube Nintendo Classics Collection. That game being the original Mario Strikers, which is a fantastic addition by the way, but there are a few other games I'd like to see a little bit more. And with more games expected soon, what would you like to see make their return on the Nintendo Switch 2? I personally would avoid games such as Super Mario Sunshine and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, simply because they have Switch versions already. I know Nintendo would still probably do it, they have done it, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna try and avoid suggesting games that are already in some way, shape or form on the Switch. Now, let's start off with possibly the best and most beloved entry into the Smash Bros series, Super Smash Bros. Melee. While the Switch features Smash Ultimate, with the biggest roster in series history, of course, there's just something about the older entries into the series that bring their own charm. Melee or Melee, or however you want to say it, is still a favourite competitively and casually, and I'd love to see it return just to experience it all over again. It's sadly the only Smash game that I didn't own myself or just didn't really have readily available, so I am excited for the prospect of a release on the Switch too. The next game I'd love to see is Mario Kart Double Dash. My personal favourite Mario Kart, and we know Nintendo aren't against bringing Mario Kart games back, so that's a good sign. I'd more so expect this in the future once the dust probably settles on Mario Kart World, but Double Dash does have possibly the best gimmick in the series, and some of the best courses too. I'm cheating with these next few, but I'd love to see probably the best run in the Mario Party series, if we're not counting 1, 2 and 3 of course, and that is Mario Party 4, 5, 6 and 7. I'd love to continue the trend of bringing back the old Mario Party games for these collections, and if I did have to pick one, I think the consensus favourite is 6. The whole run has some of the best boards and best minigames the series has to offer, and honestly it'd just be great for more Mario Party games to make their way to the Switch, like I said, so I don't know if anyone has a problem with that one. I think we'd all love to see all of those on the Nintendo Classics Collection. Now I'm finally going to move away from a Mario title. I know, crazy. We're not moving that far away though. I'd love to see Luigi's Mansion. I know it's the obvious one. The rest of the series is on the Switch, and this classic should be there too. I'm honestly surprised it wasn't a launch release. It's one of the GameCube games that I want to personally go back and play the most, and has by far the best atmosphere in the series. It's the Mario universe's Resident Evil, and we know how much I love those games if you've seen the channel before. Now, I've got one final entry to add here. I know I like to usually round the videos out with 5 entries or so here's my 5th, and it's 2 games once again. It's Pokemon Colosseum and Gale of Darkness. Now, these are probably the best Pokemon spin-offs outside of Mystery Dungeon, and I don't know if a lot of people actually played them, if I'm being honest. They're very underrated games that I'd love to see make a comeback in some form. I'm surprised we never got like a similar game since. We've got Pokemon Legends, I guess, that's the closest we're ever gonna get. They're just great games with great gimmicks. I love the whole Shadow Pokemon thing and the ability to snag away certain Shadow Pokemon from other trainers. Makes you feel like a bad guy without being a bad guy, you know, that Team Rocket style. But yeah, I love these games. I played them a lot. I love Shadow Lugia. I'm very disappointed we never really got anything more of that. I don't know how we didn't get Shadow Pokemon in the main series. I do think this one is less likely than the rest on this list for obvious reasons. They just weren't as popular, but I'd still love to see them selfishly, and yeah, not much else to say on that one. So that's my pretty simple list of games. I know I didn't really go out there too much. I just want some simple GameCube classics to come back. What can I say? And it is boiling hot in this room and I need to turn a fan on very soon. So what would you like to see make a return for the Nintendo Switch 2's GameCube collection? Did you like any of the games I suggested? Comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're down there. I really do appreciate it and I'll see you next time.